Welcome in, Bluegrass Sports Nation fans here from Jackson, Kentucky. Bringing this game to you live from the Coliseum once again this afternoon. We are here for the Bobcats and the Tigers. Jackson City makes the short trek down the hill. And they come in here at 3-14, David Kyle, to face a Bobcat team that, have had their ups and downs, but for the most part, this team looks to be really coming along offensively and looking more comfortable on the court.
Yeah, Bobcats really starting to, come along up. First quarter there against Letcher Central, had 24 points scored. Looked really fine-tuned. Kind of the game may not have went offensively the way they still got the win, but probably didn't go exactly the way they planned on it the rest of the way out that game. But the first quarter is really looking like the potential that Breathitt County could show.
Coach Carmet back brings the Jackson City Tigers in here. Like I mentioned, 3-14. They have played some good ball games and they've had some exciting moments. I've had a chance to watch them a couple times online and have enjoyed every minute of it. The young guys up on the hill, we don't get a chance to cover them near as much as we used to, but it's always a pleasure to see Paxton Howard and Nick Gross and Jacob Morgan and Gavin Ritchie and some of the guys that we're accustomed to seeing here in town. And it's good to see the two communities and the two schools come together here for this matchup. Always exciting matchup between these two when they get together, and they've had some battles throughout the years.
Oh, absolutely. You take the Bobcats, the Tigers, you put them together. just that crosstown. These guys are neighbors with each other, friends. They grew up playing t-ball and little league and all this stuff together. And then they get it. Once they get to high school, it's kind of some of the last times they get to play and compete against each other. So it always kind of brings out the best of them.
Interesting to see how Austin Sperry will come out tonight and how he will play in this game. He leads the Bobcats out onto the floor first for their warm-ups down here to our right. Looks to be just fine. We'll see how he's doing throughout the game and just exactly how much Coach Honeycutt decides to play him tonight.
Yeah, that's really a question to be determined. How much of a role is he going to play tonight? Does he play 32 minutes? Does he play 20? Does he play 5? Does he play at all? Yep. He's going to be on the book, but does he play at all?
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in. I want to say a quick shout-out. Thank you, Brenda Pugh, and hello, Trish Morris, and Jace Brown, and Connie Hale, all you guys logging on there to watch us already here tonight. We got about 4.5 minutes before we'll have tip-off here in the Coliseum, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these commercials to get this one going for you here in Jackson, the Bobcats and the Tigers.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com. Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, E Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolfe, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Game, your teammates, a victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
For Jackson City Tigers. For the Bobcats as the lights go down and announcer Jeff Patrick comes on here in the Coliseum. Number 2, Aaron Stallard. Number 11, Peyton Collins. Number 14, Austin Sperry. Number 20, Kanan Gross. And number 23, Joseph Honeycutt.
A senior wearing number 23, Joel Honeycutt. The head coach, the one and only legend, Jeff Honeycutt.
as we mentioned, David Kyle, the record doesn't show how well some of the young men on this Tigers team can shoot. We were talking about that a little bit in the pregame. Gavin Ritchie is a really good shot here for the Tigers, as well as Jacob Morgan and Paxton Howard. Jamison Noble coming in at right around 45%. I'm not sure he starts and plays every game for the Tigers, but we got Morgan and Sperry ready to tip this one off here in the center of the Coliseum. Tigers going to get in this one and try to stay in it. They got to be good at that percentage from behind the arc. Tip going to go back to Honeycutt, and he'll toss it to Sperry. To Stallard, back to Sperry, over to Honeycutt. Joe was hot the other night with the three-pointer.
City School opened up into a 2-3 zone. Bobcats working around.
Cross court from Sperry to Honeycutt. Now back to Stallard. Austin thinks about the three, comes back, pulls the trigger, no good, rims out of there, and rebound down to Paxton Howard.
That's a start you want to see with the Tigers. Forces Sperry into a long range shot.
Yep.
Get the first board.
Bowling to Ritchie. Now Ritchie comes back to Howard. Over in the corner to Phipps.
Bobcats open a man-to-man. Jack City up coming out to looks like a 4-out one-in set.
Phipps will pull the trigger on the three-pointer, and it's good. The Breathitt hit a home three-pointer. And the Jackson City Tigers open up the scoring with a three-pointer by Phipps.
Exactly what the Tigers need to start this game. Get some early confidence going.
Honeycutt over in the corner to Sperry. Now back to Stallard. Collins to Honeycutt. Good ball movement by the Bobcats. Peyton Collins pulls the trigger on the three. In and out. Took a trip. Big rebound by Kanan Gross. And that one rims out. Bobcats got a cap on the rim here with the first 2 minutes of the ball game. 6:39 on the clock now.
Jackson City has to be happy with their defense and what the results of the first two possessions defensively. Yep. Bobcats didn't break inside the ball, didn't penetrate inside the three-point line except off offensive rebound.
Phipps directing traffic, but the pass taken away by Peyton Collins all the way to the hoop. Layup was no good, knocked loose. Austin Sperry will pick it back up. It takes a trip around the rim, but Austin Sperry will get the first basket for the Bobcats. Phipps now to Ritchie. Ritchie's shooting about 42% from behind the arc. That one's no good. Big three-pointer. Maybe a little bit early on that one. And the pass by Stallard inside for Gross goes into the hands of Paxton Howard.
Got too much air underneath that one.
Stallard just a little bit too much mustard on the pitch that time. Phipps now to Bowling. Ball knocked loose. He comes back with it, able to take it back away at the half-court stripe, over in the corner. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Phipps had it over in the corner, and it'll go off the Bobcats and stay with the Jackson City Tigers.
Be interested to see with Jackson City, the ball lands underneath. You know what kind of set they try to run to get an easy bucket here if they can.
Ritchie to throw it in for the Tigers. He's looking, got to find somebody. Goes underneath to Morgan, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kanan Gross.
Tigers going to get another chance at this again. Looked like they was trying to get Morgan going towards the goal. Morgan averaging 9.5 a game.
Ritchie looking. Over in the corner to Phipps. He'll bring it back out. Top of the key on the left side now. Back over to Ritchie. Passes inside to Morgan. Knocked loose by Gross. Here comes Sperry. 2-on-2 over in the corner to Honeycutt. Back to Collins. He's open for three. He shoots. No good. Another rebound for Kanan Gross. Shot up, no good. Another opportunity. Kanan will draw the foul on the way back up to the basket.
The rim's got a lid on the third for the Bobcats starting now. 3 offensive rebounds and still couldn't convert, but you got Kanan Gross going to the free throw line.
Plenty of opportunities and high percentage shots. The Bobcats just not able to get them the foul here in the first quarter.
Gross shooting 53% on the season.
3-2 your score with 5:14 on the clock as Gross puts the first free throw up. It's good. That'll tie the score at 3. Kanan will get one more. That one's off, and he knew it. He made a trip to the rim going after the rebound, but that time Morgan pulls it down. Here comes Phipps for the Tigers. He'll pass it over to Bowling. The three-pointer no good, but Peyton Collins there for the rebound. Stallard back to Collins over in the corner for Sperry. He'll shoot the three. In and out, no good. Another rebound by Jacob Morgan. Morgan beating them Bobcats on the boards right now.
He's
all by himself.
We're going to get a foul on Gross right there. That'll be his first, team first, the quarter.
Yeah, you made a good point. All these guys have been playing t-ball and little league and soccer and about every sport that is available here in our county. A lot of these guys have played with each other or against each other in intramural leagues, and just good to see everybody back out on the court. We got a great, fine group of athletes between these two ball clubs on the court here tonight.
That's a good look for the Tigers there with the Howard underneath the goal, just couldn't convert.
Sperry handles the pass from Honeycutt over to Collins. He'll dump it off to Stallard on the baseline. Now kicks it back to Honeycutt. Collins is open. Tigers close in on him quick, and that converts to a loose ball. And here comes the Tigers back down the court. Morgan with it against Honeycutt. Goes up, no good, tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go to Breathitt County. 4:16 on the clock, 3-3 your score. Very different offensive production for the Bobcats compared to the Letcher County game.
We're going to have a timeout by Breathitt County. It's going to be a 30-second.
We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this short message.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
We're back. All right, we are ready to go here after the timeout. 4:16 on the clock. 3-3 your score. Stallard will bring it up for the Bobcats. He'll cross the half-court stripe, pass to Honeycutt. Joe looks inside, comes back to Stallard, now to Collins.
Looks like the Bobcats adjust a little bit, putting Sperry on the nail.
Sperry will pull up from the free throw line. The jump shot drops. Sperry with another two-point basket. He's got 4 of Breathitt's 5 points.
The Tigers will have to adjust that. Sperry get the ball right there. A high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, hard to guard from the free throw line in, definitely.
Good take there by Howard to tie the game back up to 5.
Stallard with it now, looking back inside, comes back over to Honeycutt. Dumps it inside to Sperry, back over to Honeycutt. Nice give and go. Pulls the trigger on the 3, no good. Rebound down to Gideon Bowling.
And that's where the zone offense looks a little different for the Bobcats at the services of Braxton Turday. Great charge taken there by Aaron Stallard.
So Bowling going baseline and runs over Stallard. So he'll be called for the foul. The Bobcats will inbound it. Stallard will bring it up for Breathitt. 3:18 on the clock. Tie ball game. 5-5 your score. Gross to Peyton Collins. Floater tipped by Sperry. No good. Comes back out of there to Paxton Howard. Offensively, the Bobcats having a hard time getting anything to fall for them. Bowling with it now. Jackson City really got to take advantage of that offensively.
Jackson taking their time, weaving the ball in and out right now along the perimeter.
If the Bobcats don't score and they can keep pulling down rebounds, they could find themselves in a really good place come halftime. Ritchie to Howard. Paxton works in the lane against around the arc around Honeycutt. Gives it to Ritchie. Ritchie with the floater up, no good. Morgan there for the rebound, knocked loose, and Bowling puts up the two-point basket.
Jackson City will take a 2-point lead here, 7-5. A little better than midway through the first.
2:19 on the clock. Sperry to Stallard. Back to Sperry in the corner to Collins. Now to Honeycutt, over to Gross. Wanted to go cross court, now he does to Collins. Inside to Sperry. Sperry up to the rim and good.
2-point basket, Sperry.
That time they pulled Kanan Gross out from the block and put Sperry there. Sperry finishes, kind of elevates over the defense.
7-7 your score with 1:53 on the clock. Bowling to Paxton Howard. Howard dribbles around the arc, works in the lane, baseline, goes up for the shot off the backboard and good.
You talk about a matchup that played a lot of basketball, Paxton Howard and Austin Spurrier.
This is just like another day at the park for them. Out back on somebody's driveway.
Those guys have played a lot of varsity basketball.
Collins pulls up, shoots the three.
Three-point basket, Collins.
And Peyton Collins with his first Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer of the night.
We have subs come in the game, Austin McGinnis and Brantley Campbell. Kanan Gross and Peyton Collins.
Looks like Honeycutt's going to go out and Gross stay in. Gross took a seat and came back.
Referee make sure everybody's got the jerseys tucked in. Looks right.
Bowling across the half-court side. Go ahead.
Breathitt County now back up top on defense there. You've got Phipps handling the ball.
Phipps in the lane, comes back to Howard. He pulls the trigger on the three off the back of the iron. No good. Big rebound down there by Gideon. And Bowling with the putback, and it's good. Makes your score 11-10.
Coach Honeycutt not happy with the lack of boxing out efforts there by the Bobcats.
Tigers up one with 52 seconds on the clock. Big three by Austin Spurrier, no good. Phipps will bring it out of there for the Tigers. The Bobcats putting up plenty of threes here in the first quarter, but Peyton Collins the only person able to hit the basket with one of those. Ball knocks loose, and Gideon Bowling will bring it back up for Jackson. Phipps now. Pass to Sperry. Inside to Morgan, and he brings it back out. Jackson trying their best to hold it for the last shot here in the first quarter. Morgan drives in against Gross, draws the foul with 17 seconds on the clock. He'll go to the free throw line.
Morgan on the season, 71% free throw shooter, going to get two of those. And got the Earl to start the next quarter.
Shot is up and no good for Morgan. Morgan's second shot is good. His first point of the night, 16 seconds on the clock. Stallard with it for Breathitt County across the stripe. Spurrier across court to Campbell, 9 seconds. Now to Spurrier. Thought about the three, back to Campbell. 4 seconds on the clock to Stallard. Stallard, 1 second, fires the three, off the backboard, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The Jackson City Tigers up 2, 12-10 over the Bobcats here in the Coliseum. We'll be back after this message.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
We're back from the Coliseum, another 8 minutes on the clock to start the second quarter. David Kyle, offensive, I hate to say it, but it was a little bit of an offensive drought for the Bobcats there in the first quarter.
Yeah, it seemed like they just couldn't get anything to fall, but the Tigers played really well, stayed disciplined within their defense. And, you know, as a coach, that's what you tell your kids, good things happen.
A lot of credit to the Tigers' defense. Right now, defensively, McGinnis working against Ritchie over in the corner, and it's tied up, and a jump ball called in front of the Breathitt bench. And the Bobcats will get possession and inbound it from the baseline. McGinnis to inbound it to Collins. McGinnis, Collins, Sperry, Honeycutt, and Campbell on the floor for the Bobcats. Honeycutt with it now to Collins. Now back to Sperry. Peyton Collins with it, top of the key. Goes back to Sperry. Sperry looking inside. He'll come back out. It'll go around the ring to Honeycutt. Now back to Collins. He'll pull the trigger on the three. Off the back of the rim, big rebound by Campbell. Kicks it back to Honeycutt from the behind the arc, dead center. And Joseph Honeycutt with his first Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer of the night. It's his favorite shot, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. He shoots probably more threes than twos. If you're looking in the Bobcats have to get some of those going if they want to shoot them out of the zone.
Nice dribble drive by Gavin Ritchie in the lane. He drew the defense, kicks it back out to Bowling. Shot no good. Here come the Bobcats. 13-12 your score. Honeycutt pulls the trigger on another three. That one's no good. And there's Phipps for a rebound. Howard now back to Phipps. Brings it across the timeline, goes to work. McGinnis outguarding him, 6:35 on the clock, 13-12 your score. Bobcats up one. Sperry with the takeaway. Leads it to McGinnis. McGinnis for the layup off the backboard and good.
7-point basket.
And that there's your best works that you coach, and the best advice they give you about beating the zone is don't let it set up. And with the fast break there, they kept the zone from setting up.
I tell you what, there's not many players on this court tonight going to beat the work ethic of Austin McGinnis. That's for sure.
No, kid's a workhorse.
Bowling to Howard. Howard pulls the trigger on a three, and it's good. Paxton Howard with a Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer.
Brings the game back to a 15-15 tie.
Paxton with 7 points here in the first half. Honeycutt cross court to Collins. Collins drives the baseline, tied up by Howard. Throws it back, and Sperry throws it back in bounds. Ball loose again. Honeycutt tries to chase it down, but it's going to go out of bounds off one of the Tigers. And Honeycutt will inbound it now as the ball will stay here with Breathitt County. A little bit of kickball that time on the court.
Everybody playing hard, trying to get it, but just it's hard to get when it's bouncing around that fast.
Well, that's McGinnis. McGinnis with a Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. He's got 5 points, making the most of his minutes. Not necessarily a sloppy possession, but just everybody going after the basketball, and then some aggressive defense caused the loose ball. And there's another one. Peyton Collins going for it, but he will be called for the foul on the reach here.
One of the more successes the Bobcats had is trying to jump the passing lanes, and that's what Collins is trying to do there.
Yeah. So Carmet back, and the Tigers going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Thanks again to our sponsors, and thanks again to you fans for tuning us in here tonight. The Bobcats and the Tigers, crosstown rivalry going at it here in the Coliseum. 5:18 left here in the first half. 18-15 your score. Not to take anything away from the Tigers' defense, but Breathitt County having a hard time with the basketball, finding any offense. The Tigers making good on it in the first quarter, taking a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Bobcats up 3 right now here in the second. And Morgan will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2.
The foul's going to be called on Brantley Campbell, and that's the Bobcats' second foul of the quarter.
First shot by Morgan's no good. Jacob, a senior this year for the Tigers. He'll toe the line for the second one. In the air, off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Campbell. Collins will push it up for the Bobcats. Honeycutt back to Collins. Now to McGinnis.
I think if you're the Bobcats, you got to look to try to work this ball inside some.
Sperry in the lane. Dishes it behind his head back to Honeycutt. Collins tied up, finds McGinnis. McGinnis goes up. Shot is no good, but he'll draw the foul. And the foul will go against, I believe, on Morgan, and it will.
That'll be the Tigers' first foul of the quarter.
Second foul for Jacob Morgan. Shot up by McGinnis, no good.
McGinnis on the season's been an 80% free throw shooter. Austin McGinnis has really provided the Bobcats a spark so far this game coming off the bench.
5 points here in a few minutes that he's played. I just know that Jay Sean Noble was over there telling him how he missed that first free throw.
He knew not to miss the second one.
He made good on the second one. Phipps with it now, working for the Tigers. Steps back, pulls the trigger on the three-pointer. Another Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer for Evan Phipps. He's got 2 tonight, 6 points for Phipps.
Good defense on McGinnis, just a little bit better offense by Phipps.
Campbell in the lane, shot no good, but
they're going to get a foul on Campbell there.
Yeah.
That'll be his second, team second, or team third.
Brantley plays aggressive. You can count on Brantley going to get some fouls in any game he plays in because he's going after the basketball. Bowling to Ritchie, now to Howard. Paxton will bring it out to Morgan, now back to Ritchie. Comes back to Gideon Bowling. Poked loose by Sperry, but picked up by Ritchie inside to Morgan, and that's going to be another foul on Brantley Campbell.
That'll be his third. Team fourth.
Stallard is coming in for Campbell. Brantley will take a seat with 3 fouls, 3:58 left here in the first half. And the ball tries to go into Howard. It goes off him out of bounds to the Bobcats.
Stallard got a hand in there and got it kind of knocked loose, and Howard juggled with it and lost out of bounds.
19-18 your score. Bobcats up 1. Sperry in the lane, puts up the one-handed floater good. Another high percentage shot for Austin Sperry. He's got 8 points.
I think I've said that's probably the best player in the region right now is Austin Sperry downhill. He got going down, got the easy 2 points.
Bowling dishes it off to Ritchie. Now back over to Phipps. Evan working against Austin McGinnis. Phipps going to go baseline, spins, goes up. Shot is good. Nice move by Evan Phipps on the way to the basket. 8 points for Phipps. Stallard across the timeline. Goes to Sperry. Combs fixed to check in for the Bobcats on the next stoppage of play. Good defense by the Tigers. Sperry pulls up from the elbow. The jump shot is good.
2-point basket, Sperry.
Once Sperry gets inside of 15 foot, he becomes deadly.
2:55 left here in the half. 23-20 your score. Cats up 3. Bowling with it for the Tigers now. Gets the screen. Works across the arc. Comes back to Ritchie. Now Ritchie hands it off to Phipps. Back out at the logo. He'll get a high screen. Comes back to Bowling. Bowling drives in against Honeycutt. Comes back out with it. Ritchie with it now. Good matchup, Ritchie and Collins. Gavin stops, pulls up, and he'll be called for the ball.
Steps called. Taking it for the Bobcats is number 24.
2:23 on the clock. 23-20 your score. Aiden Combs comes in for Austin McGinnis. Honeycutt inbound to Sperry. Stallard to Sperry, back to Stallard. Stallard's open for 3. It looks good off the back of the iron. Tipped by Joe Honeycutt. And Austin Sperry will clean it up back here at the top of the key and start the offense back. Combs with it now, back to Sperry. Inside to Honeycutt. No look pass over to Collins. He'll fire the 3.
3-point basket, Peyton Collins.
3-pointer for Peyton Collins. He's got 2 of them.
The 6-point lead for the Bobcats is the largest of the game so far.
1:48 on the clock here in the second quarter. Ball knocked loose by Peyton Collins. And Gavin Ritchie there to take it back away, but Stallard tries to clean it up. And it'll go out of bounds. It looked like it was knocked loose by Howard, but they'll say it goes off of Stallard, and the Tigers will inbound it.
Stallard's body language most certainly says that it wasn't out on him.
It's not always true, though, is it? Not always.
He had a closer view than I did.
Yeah. We'll take a quick timeout here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back after this message.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
All right, folks, we are back. 1:34 on the clock left here in the first half. 26-20 your score. Bobcats up 6. As David Kyle mentioned, biggest lead of the night right now for the Bobcats. Defense for Jackson City not only giving the Bobcats fits, but the Bobcats not able to find the bucket in the first quarter.
Right here, if you're the Tigers, you're just trying to find a high percentage shot. You get that going into the half. Not that, though.
Howard wanted to pass it, dish it off inside. Stallard takes it away, finds Collins. Collins will come back into the lane, kicks it back to Honeycutt. Cross court back to Collins. He fires the three off the back of the iron, no good. Ritchie will bring it out of there for Jackson City. Gavin with it now, top of the key, finds Phipps. Inside to Morgan. Morgan working against Honeycutt. Dishes to Paxton Howard underneath the basket, knocked loose by Sperry, and
they're going to call a...
Well, it wasn't a jump ball.
I guess in every official's jump ball is what they're going to call.
Yep, they changed the possession arrow, so it is. So Ritchie will inbound it. Back to Gavin in the corner, and he fires the three.
Illegal screen on Morgan.
Yep. So 51 seconds on the clock, 26-20, still your score. 6-point lead for the Bobcats. Tigers staying right in this one. Sperry will let it roll, picks it up at midcourt, comes back with it now, over to Stallard. Aaron passes to Combs. Combs back out to Austin Sperry. 41 seconds on the clock.
Coach Honeycutt giving instructions.
Combs with it. Aiden comes back to Peyton Collins. Aaron Stallard with it now. Back over to Combs. Back to Honeycutt. Back to Collins. Back to Honeycutt. Joe with it now. Comes back to Aaron Stallard. Bobcats trying to hold on to it and take the last shot of the half.
Right here, the way they're playing, they're really extending the Jackson's guards up, leaving a gap around the nail or free throw line.
Stallard in the lane, comes back to Honeycutt. Sperry fires the three. It hits from the corner. And the Breathitt Center home three-pointer by Sperry will bring us to the end of the half. Your score, 29-20, Bobcats over the Tigers. We'll be back after this message to give you some halftime scoring.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Game, your teammates, a victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
1 point. And for the Breathitt Bobcats, led by Austin Sperry with 13. He's followed by Brantley Campbell, or Peyton Collins with 6, my bad. Joseph Honeycutt with 3. Austin McGinnis with 6. Kanan Gross with 1 point. And that'll total up 29-20 your score here from the Coliseum. Bobcats up 9 over Jackson City. A tough first quarter for the Bobcats, and take nothing away from the defense that Jackson City applied on the Bobcats, but Breathitt County just having a hard time with the basket. Looked a little out of sync there in the first quarter, and we didn't really make mention of it much, but missing a key piece on the basket with Braxton Terry could have something to do with that. Kanan Gross has been in there trying to get some boards. He had a cap on the basket for a few shots underneath high percentage shots, but we've had Aiden Combs, Joseph Honeycutt, and Austin Sperry all on the lower block at different times, and defense from Jackson City just able to keep the Bobcats to 29 points here in the first half. And David, Kyle made mention in the first quarter against Letcher, we scored 24 points.
The Bobcats, towards the end of the second quarter there, they started seeing a few shots drop, looked a little bit more confident. One thing that Coach Back's got to look at going into this half, you kind of got to be comfortable with the way your team played.
Yeah.
Just right there the last couple minutes, the score kind of got away from you. But what he's got to look at now is, if Breathitt continues to score, how do I adjust defensively? But it works so well. I know you don't want to go away from it. But what adjustments do we need to make as a team in order to stop the Bobcat Berry scoring? Because the thing about Breathitt is when they score, they seem like they score in droves, like it just kind of keeps coming.
Yeah, they can pour it on quick, and right now they're up 9 points, and it could get out of hand really quick for the Tigers if the offense gets going for the Bobcats. It's just one of those things that, like we talked about, they look a little bit out of sync there in the first quarter, but kind of find the basket there late in the second half. Bobcats up 9 over the Tigers. Coach Back, of course, in the locker room, getting his kids fired up. We talked about a lot of these athletes on the court. It's good to see these guys that have played together for so many years, and just a number of them great athletes in many different sports. I know Jackson, a lot of these kids are the baseball team, the soccer team too. So, but just good to see everybody out here. A good group here to watch Jackson, and a good crowd, and it's good to have the community support that both of these ball clubs have. We got about 2:15 on the clock here from the Coliseum. Both teams coming back out on the court to warm up, and we will take a minute to cool off and take a break here during this commercial. We'll be back after this message.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al, or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bluegrass Sports Nation, bringing you the basketball action here from the Coliseum. A big district matchup, and these two teams, the Tigers and the Bobcats, going at it once again. We'll start the third quarter with the Bobcats up 9, 29-20. Aaron Stallard starts things off for Breathitt County. Sperry inside to Kanan Gross. Gross's shot, no good. Pulls down the rebound, goes back up, and good.
Gross up there just kept battling, got his offensive rebound, put it back in. He probably feels like he's going to have a disappointing first half. He's hungry, bouncing back, trying to have a good second.
Howard hands it off out at the logo to Bowling. Dumps it inside to Morgan, who comes back to Bowling. And nice shot by Gideon Bowling. Good offensive work that time by Jackson City.
Jackson City with the pass and cut, getting a short elbow jumper there.
31-22 now. You score 7-12 on the clock. Stallard floats it for Sperry and the slam.
Sperry crept it up the baseline, found the lob from Stallard.
Stallard seen him coming, and no doubt about it, Austin can put it in the basket when he skies up. And we got a whistle on this end of the court. Foul will be on Kanan. No, it's on Peyton Collins. My bad.
That's his second.
Bobcats appear to come out a little bit more aggressive this half than when they did to start.
To Morgan, back to Ritchie. Tigers really got to be careful with those passes, David Kyle. Bobcats right there to try to take them away. That one was tipped earlier.
There's a couple spots where you can tell the Bobcats trying to bait him into passes.
Phipps now back to Bowling. Over in the corner to Paxton Howard. He'll shoot it, and the ball sticks in the corner of the rim. No good.
Jump ball, and it'll stay with the Tigers.
So 6:21 on the clock. Your score 35-22. Breathitt trying to jump out and stretch the lead a little bit here in the third quarter. Third quarter, very important part of the ball game, and basketball, you call it the middle eighth. That's kind of the end of the second, the start of the third. And the Bobcats so far, looking a lot better in those minutes than they have in one whole quarter into the second and the beginning of this third one. They look to be back on their prowess.
Breathitt playing their zone right here.
Phipps to Bowling, now to Ritchie. Inside to Morgan. Back to Phipps. He'll pull the trigger on the three. Off the rim, no good. Howard there for the rebound. He goes up, no call. Morgan there with the rebound in the putback.
2-point basket.
Way to battle there by the Tigers. Not giving up after the first shot. Morgan getting the putback.
Sperry will walk it up for Breathitt. Working against Phipps. Gets the screen from Gross in the lane. Kick in the corner to Stallard. Now cross court for Honeycutt. Back to Stallard. Back to Joseph Honeycutt. Stallard with it now. Bounce pass inside to Gross. He dishes to Sperry, and Sperry to the rim for the shot. Another 2 points for Austin Sperry.
Bobcats did a good job working the ball up to the free throw line. Got a high-low look there between Gross and Sperry.
Morgan to Ritchie, to Phipps, to Howard. Howard pulls the trigger on the three off the back of the iron, no good, and
we're going to get a foul on Morgan.
Yep.
Ritchie.
So first foul on Gavin Ritchie. Bobcats will inbound it from the baseline. Aaron Stallard will walk it up for the Cats. 5:06 on the clock. Over to Sperry. Sperry in the lane. Baseline. Cross court pass to Collins. To Stallard, to Honeycutt, back to Stallard. Coach Honeycutt shouting orders from the bench. Little floater by Peyton Collins is good. 8 points for Peyton Collins tonight. 4:43 on the clock. Jackson City goes back to work.
Bobcats starting to move the ball, get a few more passes, finding gaps in the defense, more so than what they was doing in the first half.
Yep. Ritchie with it now. Bounce pass intended for Bowling, knocked loose by Sperry. He tries to save it. Ritchie intercepts the pass on the save. Gavin will bring it up for Jackson City. Back to Bowling now. In the lane to Morgan. He kicks it back out to Phipps. Back inside, knocked loose by Kanan Gross. Loose ball. Morgan takes control of it. Dishes inside. Collins takes it away. He gets it to Austin Sperry. Long pass to Stallard. Nice little pitch from Stallard back to Gross to save the play. Gross with the basket and goes to the line for the foul. Almost on the edge of out of control, but Stallard able to tip it to Gross, and Gross puts it in.
Good save by Staylor there, pass just a little bit long.
Gross' shot in the air and good.
And good job by Gross to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. Puts the Bobcat lead up to 18.
Hannon's got 5 here in the second half. 3:54 on the clock. And that time Gideon Boland just about to lose his footing, bounces it off Stallard, and they'll inbound here in front of us at the scorer's table. Phipps with it. Or the media table, I should say. Boland trying to get past Stallard. Now to Phipps. Phipps going to drive in the lane, and we got a whistle.
Timeout, Jackson City. It's going to be a full.
Garment back taking the full timeout. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new to you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Couple shout-outs there. What's up, Carson Smith? Corey Strong, Chris Collins, Peyton Tharp, Rose Calhoun. Thanks, fans, for tuning us in and watching us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Bobcats and the Tigers, cross-town rivals. 42-24 your score. Bobcats able to stretch it out here in the beginning of the third quarter, and David Kyle, that really got started there at the end of the second.
Yeah, Bobcats hit a few shots. You can tell the confidence is starting to pick up.
Stallard cross-court pass to Austin Sperry, and Austin Sperry drains a Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. He's got 9 points here in the third quarter. Phipps to Paxton Howard. Howard dishes it off to Bowling. Bowling works in the lane.
Out of the timeout, the Bobcats switch from the zone to man.
Phipps will pull the trigger on the three, and it's good. Evan Phipps with a Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer of his own. He's got 3 of those here tonight.
Little miscommunication there on the Bobcats. Left Phipps wide open, and he made him pay.
2:43 on the clock. Collins to Stallard, back to Collins. Over to Sperry. Thought about the three, drives in the lane, dumps it to Stallard. Stallard will follow the three. The Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer is good for Aaron Stallard. Stallard's first points of the night.
Stallard's, when he gets going, it makes the Bobcats a totally different team. So much better.
48-27 your score. The Tigers. Bowling comes up, shoots the three. Gross pulls down the rebound. Gets it up to Collins. Collins puts up the floater in the lane. Takes a trip. Sperry there for the rebound to put back, no good. Goes back up. And the basket is good, and Sperry will draw the foul. I don't know if me and you both could guard Austin Sperry underneath the basket.
The best advice I got is try to move him out from underneath the basket. You're not going to out-jump him.
He is just money when he's close to the basket. It took him a little bit of that first quarter to get warmed up tonight, I believe. But Austin leading in scoring here tonight. Shot is up. Free throw no good. Left it a little short off the front of the iron. Here comes Jacob Morgan with it for the Tigers. He'll dish to Ritchie. Now over to Howard. Paxton pulls the trigger. Shot no good. Kanan Gross for the rebound.
Jackson City's foul, which they're having to play more the Bobcat style, more up and down.
Peyton Collins fires the three-pointer. And the Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer is good for Collins. He's got 3 threes.
As you can see, the Bobcats look way more comfortable playing at this faster pace.
Bowling with it. Stops. Finds Ritchie. Gavin dumps it inside to Morgan. Morgan driving against Gross. Spins, goes up. Scoop layup is good for Jacob Morgan.
Good work there by Jacob Morgan to work the paint and get the 2 points.
He had to work hard for the basket, but he made good on it, that's for sure. Sperry spins in the lane, goes up.
2-point basket, Sperry.
Phipps across the timeline now. Over to Ritchie. Back to Phipps.
Breathitt went back to the zone, looks like.
This Kanan Gross and Jacob Morgan battle underneath the basket. It's been fun to watch on this end of the court. Gross not giving anybody anything under the hoop. Nice three-pointer by Gavin Ritchie that time.
Good work by Paxton Howard there, drawing in the defense, then finding the kick out.
That possession before that, Morgan had to work hard against Kanan to get to the hoop, but just a fun matchup to watch those two. Sperry now with 31 seconds on the clock will back it up. Bobcats trying to kill the clock here in the third quarter, up 55-32. No rush on their part.
Bobcats going to be settled just to take the last shot here. And Bobcats do have the arrow to start the fourth right now.
Sperry looks over to Coach Honeycutt. Coach Honeycutt giving him some directions from the bench. 10 seconds now on the clock here in the third. 6. Sperry cross court to Collins. Fires the three. No good. And looked like Honeycutt was going to control it, but Jackson comes up with it and makes a heave toward the other end. It's no good. That'll bring us to the end of the third. 55-32 your score. Fans will be back after this message.
For 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
All right, folks, we are back from the Coliseum. The fourth quarter getting ready to start here between the Bobcats and the Tigers. Jackson City down now 23 points for the Bobcats. Third quarter is just an important quarter for the Cats, and there's the man of the hour. Sperry's three's no good, but Kanan Gross able to pull down the rebound, and we got a jump ball. And possession will give it to Jackson City. Austin with an exceptional third quarter. He had 13 points in the first half. He had 13 points in the third quarter. So Sperry now with 26 points. That he pretty much owned that third quarter offensively for the Bobcats. Jackson City on this end going back to work. Paxton Howard with it now. Tied up by McGinnis, who's in for the Bobcats. Ritchie dumps back to Howard. He'll fire the three. Shot is good for Paxton Howard.
3-point basket, Paxton Howard.
Tigers not going away without a fight. Paxton Howard with a three.
Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer cuts it to 20 now. 55-35. Sperry back to Stallard, over to McGinnis. Comes back in the corner to Campbell. Brantley will bring it out to Aaron Stallard. Back out front to McGinnis, over in the corner to Sperry now. Looking inside for Gross. Gross spins, goes up. Little one-handed hook is good for Kanan Gross.
Jax can afford to let Gross get that deep paint touch.
Kanan Gross, player of the game here in the Letcher County game with 13 points and big little three-pointer for Gavin Ritchie that time.
Cleaning up the missed shot there to get 2 points for herself. Bobcats now with a 21-point lead.
He knew we were bragging on him. He got the rebound and the putback. Tigers to Morgan now. Over in the corner to Howard, drives baseline, dishes to Morgan. He goes up inside, off the back of the rim, got his own rebound. Back up, and the glass is working.
2-point basket, Morgan.
For Jacob Morgan as he gets another 2-point basket.
Stallard got the ball up top, working over to Sperry. Sperry back to Gross in the paint.
Gotta love that one-handed hook shot by Kanan Gross as he finds the hoop again.
If Kanan can get to where his left shoulder's loose, he's dangerous.
And Bowling that time just loses a handle. It'll go out of bounds. Turnover to the Bobcats. Kanan Gross with 12 points so far. Stallard with it in the lane. Bounces the ball over to Gross, but it's taken away by the Tigers. Paxton Howard with it now will slow it up for Jackson City and come to Phipps. Back to Ritchie. Ritchie's shot no good and chased out of bounds. He will go to the Bobcats with the turnover.
And we're
going to say the
Bobcats got a finger on that one off the shot.
We're going to give it back to Jackson City with The inbound, Ritchie. Bowling back to Ritchie. Over to Morgan. Bounce pass over to Howard. Looking back inside. Goes by McGinnis in the lane. Over Gross. Shot no good. Kanan pulls down the rebound.
Kanan Gross up there just using his length. He's such a big body. With his hands up, it's a tall task to get over.
Brantley Campbell in the lane. The layup's no good. Took it coast to coast. Went all the way under the basket. Shot looked good, but layup comes out on Campbell, and here come the Tigers back on the other end. Phipps to Morgan. He's going to drive in against Campbell. Shot no good. Got his own rebound. Back up. I tell you what.
2-point basket, Morgan.
If anybody gets the hard work award, it's Jacob Morgan. He's went to work on the boards and on the putbacks. That makes his second or third offensive rebound and putback. Kanan Gross that time shot no good. Morgan just, he's not as big a body as Kanan Gross, but that's not scaring him off any. He's went to work under the basket for the Tigers and doing a great job.
Yeah, really worked hard, accepted the challenge he's got tonight and played hard.
Phipps hit it, top of the key. Over to his right now, comes back left, dishes to Bowling. Bowling will go to work against McGinnis, out at the logo. Tied up, and a pass to Ritchie, and they're going to call a foul on Austin Sperry.
That'll be Sperry's second foul, team second of the quarter.
So 3:47 here in the fourth. Your score 61-42. And the Tigers will inbound. Phipps to Bowling. Now back to Phipps. Going to come all the way back out to the logo and over to the right. Gets past McGinnis. Dumps it inside to Howard. Howard now hands it back to him. Inside to Morgan. Morgan drives in the lane, goes up. And the shot no good, but I think they'll get Austin Sperry for another foul.
That'll be his third.
Fouls on number 14 of the Bobcats.
Aiden Combs fixing to check in for
At the line, shoot 2 for the
Sperry, I believe.
Jacob Morgan.
Looks like. Morgan with 3:32 on the clock from the free throw line. Shot is up and good.
Checking in for the Bobcats.
Sperry will take a seat. Aiden Combs comes in.
Combs is a freshman.
Morgan puts down the dribble for his second free throw. It's in the air and good. Both of them beautiful shots. Morgan quietly has, here in the second half, snuck in to be the leading scorer for Jackson City. Bounce pass inside to Campbell. Now over to Combs. He'll pull up on the jump shot. Shot is good, and Combs will go to the free throw line.
The young fella getting the 2 points with a chance to make the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Aiden Combs' first basket of the night. He'll try to tack on one more point with this free throw, and he does. Good-looking shot.
That's Combs' first trip at the free throw lines, varsity player.
64-44, 3:13 on the clock. Phipps over to Howard, inside back to Phipps, knocked loose. Campbell comes up with it, and he'll be fouled on his way back down to the right.
It's his second.
That'll be the team's second.
Paxton Howard's second foul, and Campbell went inbound it to Collins. Back to Combs, over in the corner to Campbell. Campbell drives in the lane, puts up the shot off the glass, no good, tipped.
We're going to call it on Campbell.
Foul on the Bobcats.
That'll be his fourth.
Brandon Campbell. That's his fourth.
A little too aggressive going after the rebound. Brantley picks up the fourth foul with 2:52 on the clock. 20-point lead for the Bobcats, 64-44. Phipps working against Collins. Working in front of the Tigers bench, comes back out to Bowling. Now to Ritchie, inside to Morgan. Morgan loses the handle on it, comes back up with it off the backboard, no good. Kanan Gross for a rebound. Long outlet pass to McGinnis, up, and the layup is good for Austin McGinnis.
Kanan Gross, a good outlet pass. Showing off that Coach Moore might have missed it on the quarterback one day.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. Gavin Ritchie in the lane with a crazy shot, it's good.
I'm going to tell you about Kanan Gross. I coached him years ago. When it comes to throwing something deep or just shooting a long shot, seems like there's nobody better at it than him.
Richie was in the lane that last possession for the Tigers and got the contact, went up the shot. It was good. It wasn't any foul call with the turnover.
And end of the game for the Bobcats, we've got Jason Tosin, White Spencer, and Jaden Hudson.
Jason Tosin.
In there with Combs and McGinnis. Pretty good looking lineup for the Bobcats.
Looks like Jackson City's going to sub in here in a second.
Gideon Bowling from the corner, shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Combs comes up with it. He'll get it up to McGinnis. McGinnis off the glass and good for the layup.
Austin McGinnis.
We're going to have a quick sub.
In for the Tigers is number 42.
Looks like Breathitt's going to have a couple more subs himself with Adam Spencer and Jagger Burton.
So we've got Colin Pugh and Caden Holbrook in the game, along with Brody Tincher and Nick Gross. Along with Gideon Bowling. Bowling with it now for the Tigers. Passes to Pugh. Colin will give it to Holbrook. And Bowling will fire the three off the rim, no good. Jason Tosin there for the rebound. And the pep section goes wild for Tosin. Jagger Burton, jump shot no good. Tincher will bring it back and give it to Bowling.
Bowling excited seeing these young guys get to play.
Yeah.
You know, don't always get to see all the varsity minutes, getting their chance to try to get some points in and play.
All knocked out of bounds that time by Hudson. It'll stay here with Jackson City. 68-46 your score, 52 seconds on the clock. Holbrook to inbound it for the Tigers. It's going to give to Gross. Gross back to Holbrook. Holbrook in the lane, goes up, shoots the floater, no good. Battle for the rebound. Big Nick Gross comes up with it, and he'll get it to Bowling, and he'll be fouled by Jagger Burton.
The foul's going to put the Tigers to the free throw line.
At the line, shooting two for the Tigers. 21, Gideon Bowling.
Bowling on the season, 56% free throw shooting.
Shot no good. 40 seconds now on the clock. 68-46. Second shot in the air and no good. Off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Wyatt Spencer. Wyatt bring it across the timeline with 35 seconds. Tosin fires the three.
No
Off
good.
the rim, no good.
He's going to get another shot at it though.
Burton to Tosin. He'll fire it again. Off the rim, no good. And it'll go out of bounds off Adam Spencer of the Bobcats, and it'll go to Jackson City. Colin Pugh to inbound it. Colin will bring it up. We'll cross the timeline. Running the point, goes in the lane, stops, puts up the jump shot, no good. Brought down by Holbrook, who falls, and we'll get a jump ball call.
It's going to go with the Bobcats here.
Possession arrow will give it to Breathitt with 13 seconds on the clock. 68-46 your score. Spencer inbounds to Adam Spencer.
Looks like they're just going to be content to dribbling it out.
9 seconds on the clock. Adam will walk it across in front of the Breathitt bench. And that's going to do it in this one. 68-46 your score. The Bobcats top the Tigers in the cross-court rivalry, crosstown rivalry. And folks, we'll be back after these messages on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
It's a back-to-back game, but we look forward to seeing y'all play up there tomorrow. I just want to say that's one reason that it's continually a pleasure to interview you. You know, not only do we bring you up here to brag about you, but you continue to brag about your teammates.
Yeah.
And calling the shots on the court. We appreciate you being up here. Congratulations once again for being the Buckhorn Children's and Family Services Player of the Game. David Kyle, you got anything you want to talk to young men
we'll talk a little bit. It's about 3 weeks to tournament time.
Yep.
Tonight wrapped up your district games. It locked in your 1 seed. Down at Rose Gymnasium, you're going to play the winner of Jackson City and Wolfe County here in about 3 weeks for district championship. And, being the 1 seed, you're going to the district championship.
Yeah.
So you're already locked in the region tournament. So kind of what are you all going to do the next 3 weeks, or what do you feel like the next 3 weeks? You've been to the big stage. You know what it takes. What do you feel like you all need to do to make sure you get there?
Mostly just everybody from the team just buy into what coach is saying, rebound, defense. That's just the biggest thing. I mean, you can preach a bunch of little big things or anything, but it just comes down to wanting more than the other team, really. I mean, playing against anybody, you just have to play defense and rebound. I think if you do that, you'll be all right come tournament time.
It keeps you in the game, rebounding and playing good defense. But once again, congratulations on being player of the game. Good luck the rest of the way, my man.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Austin. Folks, that's going to do it for us here at Bluegrass Sports Nation. Thanks again for being with us here tonight for our coverage. Thanks to our sponsors. We appreciate you guys being with us. Breathitt Funeral Home sponsoring our three-pointers, and, of course, Buckhorn Children's and Family Services for bringing us the player of the game. Once again, Austin Sperry, your player of the game here tonight with 26 points. And, folks, that's going to wrap it up here for us. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you all the action. Just tickled to be here to bring you Jackson City and the Bobcats. The Bobcats, once again, out on top. We will see you next time here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.